Today is more than an opening of a building. Today we open a door, and a door to knowledge, a door to possibility, a door to the future that will not wait for us, a future that we must meet with courage, preparation, and vision. This structure of concrete, glass, and technology stands as a living testament to one profound truth. When we invest in a child, we change the destiny of a nation. So let me share with you a story. In 1994, I found myself in this community. It was through a great friend of mine who is today a medical doctor, Dr. Ebenezer Akwanu, who were steady mates. And looking at the situation at home, I told him that I needed a place to keep myself so that I can pass my BEC. The situation was such that we start the baking at midnight, 5 a.m. I have to go to Winnipeg to sell, come back home, dress up, go to school, and in the afternoon go back and sell bread at Winnipeg. I found the situation unbearable. My mother and I often conspired on positive notes. So I told her I had to leave, but she would not understand. So I left home without her knowledge, but gave her notice that I will be back after my BEC. When we got to low cost, my friend introduced me to his parents, and his mom readily welcomed me, but his dad was a quiet, calm person who would not utter a word. He had a stern look, and I wondered whether I was welcome. But by morning, this old man woke us up for morning devotion. Then I saw the soft part of him. Then in the evening, there was a place for us to go and study. My friend Ebenezer Akwanu and I walked through darkness to Mr. Kem's residence, where we, the young ones, had to gather and study. He gave us his living room downstairs for us to study and prepare for our BEC. Then our result came. When the result came, I had made it to St. Augustine's. So was his son, Philip Ekem, my own friend, Ebenezer Akwanu, and some others. There was no money, and I didn't tell them. My mom used her old trunk and packed some stuff in for me. Some gari without shito, no mattress. So we sat in Mr. Kem's car, all of us loaded in his pickup, and went to St. Augustine's College. There was nothing. All of them were distributed into their various dormitories. Then I was alone left in the car, not knowing where to go. Then I confided in Eben. He also told the mom. Then again confided in Philip, who told the dad. And together they contributed to pay my fees. I joined my colleagues in school. I was first sent to Kelly Hall, but my friend Akwanu was at Glen House. So I managed to find myself at Glen House. That moment could have ended my story. Instead, it wrote the first sentence of my future. Without hesitation, Mr. Kem, Auntie Joe, and others together contributed and inspired me with such compassion. Mr. Eke chose to believe. He chose to pay. With With that single act, he did not just set a bill. He did not just settle a bill. He ignited a future. He altered the course of a life. He planted a seed that has grown into what stands before you today. My dear citizens of Efutu, gratitude unexpressed is ingratitude. Gratitude uninstitutionalized is easily forgotten. That is why I envisioned and funded this library. Not in my name, not in my mother's name, not in any family member's name, but in the name of that man, that industrialist who believed in me before I became anything. Today, we do not just remember Richard C. Eke, we immortalize him. This man, as an industrialist, employed many Winnebarians, and I recall that back in the days, many of the youth would go and work part-time and save money for their education. Indeed, true immortality is not measured in years lived, but in lives uplifted because you lived. This library ensures that long after we are gone, his kindness will still teach, still inspire, still lift children he will never meet. We live in a brilliant yet unforgiving era, an age of artificial intelligence, automation, and fierce digital competition. In this world, ignorance is expensive and unpreparedness is fatal. This library is our answer. I'm talking about a 100-seater ICT center where Efutu's children will learn to compete globally. A private reading rooms where quiet brilliance is born. A 150-seater conference hall where ideas are sharpened and futures negotiated. It is a space that declares to every child, you belong to the future. This becomes the ninth thing, as already been said, in Efutu, making our constituency the most library endowed in Ghana. Let this be clear. The true wealth of a people is not buried in the soil. It is cultivated in the mind. Today, I've seen many educationists. I've seen my own former headmistress, Mrs. Leah Krenzel here, looking ever beautiful in her old age. She inspired us back in the days. And I've seen Reverend Richardson, who invested in education. When he set up his school at Kojobedu, not many believed that that school, Uncle Rich, will make progress. He has inspired many and has developed many talents. Happy to see all of you here. Why library? Back in the days, my mom was a pupil teacher. And she would always ask me to go and read. My mom was the first to introduce me to library. And I never watched the Akan drama, which was a pride of every child, to watch Akan drama. The trick here is, mommy will wait after talking point, where you now begin hearing the obra, obra. Then you start with the accolade, Junior, Papa, Alexander, the Great, Kosunyaze. I will cry and cry and cry. This woman will now report me to my stepdad. And woe betide you if stepdad looks at you with a certain eye. So I had to go and learn. Today, if you put a TV down here for a year, you will come and meet that TV never being switched on, because I won't watch it. Because mommy got me to read. And that is what I want to say to you parents here. That this library is more than a repository of books. It is a launch pad Its mission is to plant the seeds that will germinate into Ghana's next generation of tech titans and ethical innovators. We envision young minds from Efutu writing the code for groundbreaking African software, like the late Herman Chinrehesi, the Bill Gates of Ghana, who founded the pioneering software company called SoftTribe. We dream of them building transformative industrial groups like Moses Kwesi Baden Jr., whose Margins Group is revolutionizing identity management and security across the continent. We dare to imagine them standing shoulder to shoulder with global visionaries, not by imitation, but by originating homegrown solutions to our greatest challenges. This is where the journey begins, with a single click, a single line of code, a single inspired idea born within these walls. But as we open this door to limitless possibility, we must also sound a solemn warning. We must guard against dark temptation to misuse this powerful technology. We all have a duty as parents, teachers, and elders to ensure that our brilliant young minds see technology as a tool for creation, not crime. Let them be inspired by the Chinrehesis and the Moses Badens, who build empires, not by scammers who destroy lives and disgrace our nation. Technology is a mirror. It reflects the character of its user. Let it be said that from this library emerge architects of progress, not authors of fraud. Let it be known that when the children of Efutu master the digital world, they will use it to solve problems, build ethical global businesses, and earn for Ghana a reputation of ingenuity and integrity. The world is watching. Ghana is counting on us, and our legacy will be judged not by the computers we install, but by the character and creativity we instill in those who use them. My dear Efutu citizens, students, ladies and gentlemen, this library carries a message greater than its parts. It tells every child, your background does not define your future. It tells every struggling parent, your sacrifice is not in vain. It tells every leader, the greatest infrastructure is the human mind. It tells you that if Mr. Ekem understood this long before STEM became a slogan, then he knew that to lift one child is indeed to lift a nation. Let us lift our gaze beyond Efutu. Imagine a Ghana shaped by minds trained in places like this, a nation where innovation is homegrown, not imported. Imagine an Africa transformed by young people who learn here that excellence is not foreign and destiny is not outsourced. An Africa where AI strengthens farmers and technology deepens democracy. Imagine a more just world because children from Efutu learn here to build peace, design climate solutions, and created ethical technology. All this traces back to a simple, uncelebrated act of kindness by Mr. Ekem in 1995 January. Some people plant trees knowing they will never sit in that shade. Mr. Ekem planted minds that will shake the world. I stand before you bearing many titles. The recent one conferred upon me by my uncle, the Omahini, he says I should use the title Osahen. But none would exist if, in 1995, one man had chosen indifference. One act, one child, a nation changed. Today, We honor that act not just with words, but with a living institution in the name of a man who understood that education is the most powerful capital on earth. Sometimes, the difference between a statistic and a statesman is a stranger who chose to care. The library is my way of becoming that stranger for thousands of children. To every child, you will enter this library with one mission: to learn. And I want you to hear me. Your circumstance may be loud, but your dreams must be louder. Sit at these computers. Read these books. Ask impossible questions. And never forget, someone believed in you enough to build this place. Make it count. Let history record that in Efutu, gratitude became governance. Let history record that a man named Richard C. Ekem changed Ghana quietly, humbly, and permanently. Let history record that Mr. Ekem inspired us to choose to invest not in applause, but in the future of our children, the future of our country. Let this facility confirm that when you educate one child, you enlighten a family. When you educate a generation, you redeem a nation. May this library stand for centuries as a house of hope, discipline, and daring and ambition.
Great honor to join you for the commissioning of the RC Ekem Library Facility here at Intako Farm, low cost. Today's ceremony represents far more than the unveiling of a building. It marks the opening of new doors to knowledge, opportunity, innovation, and transformation. As a nation, our development is tied to the intellectual empowerment of our people. Libraries remain vital centers for knowledge acquisition, skills development, lifelong learning, creativity, and civic growth. Every library we build is a direct investment in Ghana's human capital and the future of our children. Omahini Chairman, Honorable Afenyo-Markin, Honorable MC, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Afenyo-Markin and the Efutu Municipality continue to lead the way in prioritizing promotion of education. The RC Ekem facility built by Honorable Afenyo-Markin is his 19th library in the Efutu Municipality. I think he deserves a better applause than that. I have seen only a few of them, but this one is a magnificent structure. And if he's done 19 of this, if all our members of parliament will do one of this, Ghana will be the better for it. So let us a better round of applause. This facility will be adopted and managed by the Ghana Library Authority. This act of selflessness to his constituency is to be commended. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the board and management of the Ghana Library Authority, I extend our sincere appreciation to the Honorable Member of Parliament for his commitment to literacy and youth development. His vision to his community will transform learning and enrich the lives of many. The Ghana Library Authority encourages all Ghanaians to intentionally invest in libraries to promote literacy, numeracy, and digital readiness. Before we came here, we went around to visit some of the other libraries, and they had some very teething problems. Honorable Afenyo-Markin has built a facility, but we need others to support them, to pay staff salaries, to pay utilities, and so on. So, Honorable MC, the ball is in your court too. Our revered traditional leaders, partners in education, the Ghana Library Board, the Ghana Library Authority is implementing several initiatives, including the following, to better serve its patrons. The creation of Children's Corner in libraries across the country. The National Children and Mobile Library now operates extended working hours in support of the government's 24-hour economy policy. We are also preparing to introduce reading sessions in local languages, Twi, Gan, Ebe, Fanti, Dagbani. I don't think I should leave out Efutu, right? And others. In line with the Ministry of Education's directive to strengthen literacy in mother tongues. Additionally, our digital platform, the Ghana Library app, continues to make learning more accessible. The app has been zero-rated by major telecom networks, allowing users to access video tutorials, audiobooks, and ebooks without data charges, a major step towards removing financial barriers to learning. Furthermore, the governing board, through the Ministry of Education, is currently undertaking review of the Ghana Library Authority 55 years old Act 327. So we want the Honorable Minority Leader to take note of this, so that when it hits the floor of Parliament, he will give it its full support. The reviewed act will introduce important reforms, including the establishment of a national library, presidential memorial libraries, a library development fund, and a library council to regulate and license professional librarians. As we celebrate this milestone, I want to assure Honorable Afenyo-Markin and the good people of Efutu Municipality that the Ghana Library Authority will ensure that this facility, just like the other 18 libraries, as well as other libraries across the country, are well managed, well resourced, supported with programs such as reading clinics and digital skills training initiatives. The authority is working on securing financial clearance to absorb all the temporary employees managing these libraries. To the youth everywhere in the country, make good use of libraries that are close to you. Once again, Nana Chairman, the management and board of the Ghana Library Authority commends Honorable Afenyo-Markin, the Honorable MC, the Honorable Assembly members, and the Efutu constituency for this remarkable contribution to our library network and to the national development agenda. Thank you very much. We wish you all the